The following newscast is based on the wide world of social media. The stories are real. The reporters are really real because they are you, the members of social media. All Facebook names have been abbreviated for user protection. This is the Social News Media Network.
Hello and welcome to the SNM Network, the only weekly newscast reported by you, the wide world of social media. I'm Colin Cosell. Our top story this week falls under the category of world news as the creator of the Stop Konys 2012 campaign, Jason Russell, was arrested in San Diego for public indecency, also known as masturbating, in traffic at 11:30 in the morning. Stop Konys now. We now turn to Twitter reporter Coke Tweet, who said, "I hope Jason Russell didn't get any of his invisible children over the arresting officer." Oh. Invisible knuckle children? That's gross. In other world news related to activism, Hollywood hunk George Clooney was arrested on Friday during a protest outside of the Sudanese embassy in Washington, D.C. Reporter Mitch Ben had the inside scoop with his tweet. Of course, while George Clooney's being arrested outside the Sudanese embassy, Brad Pitt and Matt Damon are inside cleaning out the safe. It's Ocean's, yeah. Twitter reporter Apocalypse Howe, on the other hand, thought that any minute now, George Clooney is going to break out of jail to the melancholy strains of I'm a Man of Constant Sorrow. So now we all know exactly what's going on in Sudan, right? That's failed activism. All right, there we go. We now turn our attention from the patron saint of Hollywood, that's George Clooney, to the patron saint of alcohol, as millions of cirrhosis enthusiasts enjoyed St. Patrick's Day and then spent the next 2 days in constant sorrow. See what we did there? It's a callback joke. Never mind. Our Boston correspondent, Bathing Suit Area, tweeted, "Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, or as we call it in Southie, vomit hopscotch." That was my Boston, by the way. It was terrible. While Reddit reporter The Weird O came up with another way to celebrate the holiday, suggesting for Irish people to keep telling them that their Scottish accents are adorable. I think we just lost all of our Irish things. Yeah. You know what you can also tell them? You really appreciate Braveheart and the Loch Ness Monster and haggis. Those are all Irish. It's now time for campus news, where the Rochester Institute of Technology was locked down and the students were told to remain indoors on Friday when a rifleman was reportedly spotted. The terror ended an hour later when the high-powered rifle was determined to be an umbrella with a samurai sword handle. Which is a pretty badass umbrella, by the way. On the scene is Twitter's Mr. Minch, who heard that there are some reports of a second gunman. Nope, wait. That's a plunger. While local Rochester station WXXI News tweeted, "Glad everyone at RIT is safe and dry." Yes, that's Rochester's real local news station on their official real local news station Twitter account. For shame. Since we're a little more serious, everyone at the SNM Network is extremely relieved that no one was injured by that umbrella-toting madman. Speaking of madmen spreading constant sorrow, we did it again. Again, oh brother, where art thou? It's time for our focus on politics, where President Obama kicked off his campaign. We turn to Twitter reporters Borowitz report, who noted, "A sure sign that Obama thinks his re-election is a lock, he's letting Joe Biden out to make speeches." That's right, folks. Joe Biden is still here, giving hope to Republicans everywhere. Keep going, Joe. Our coverage of Biden's first speech begins with Zunez, who tweeted, "Biden calls Obama Man of Steel. So Obama was born on the planet Krypton. I knew he wasn't born in the U.S. In all fairness, Kryptonians aren't born so much as hatched. And that's a fact. Yeah, now we're a little nerdy. In the same vein, Twitter's Newman Jeff wondered, is Santorum's Made in America sign implying that Obama was born in Kenya? Or that Romney was assembled by 12-year-olds in China? Romney's an iPod. Also regarding Santorum's campaign, reporter Adrian Gendron tweeted, Can't wait for November when Sasha Baron Cohen reveals how he pulled off the whole Rick Santorum character. I like sexy frothy time. It's nice. It's gross. Speaking of sexy, we now turn our attention to little boys. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was this week's worst segue ever. Hold on, I'm getting from the booth. SNM Network would now like to apologize for the previous segue. It will not happen again. But we're going to make up for it with a little heartwarming story about a Little League team. See, it was little boys. As Twitter's Los Angeles Mag reported, strip club keeps Lennox Little League afloat with $1,200 donation. No word on if the money was offered in singles. This is for you, boys. This is single. In a related story, the team now takes the field to a 2-minute version of Cherry Pie by Warrant and also begins each game as the Shirts and somehow finishes it as the Skins. It's a strip club. For our entertainment news this week, we turn to our new Witstream.com bureau for coverage of the HBO series Luck, which recently faced the passing of 3 equine cast members. Witstream reporter Chase Mitchell observed, "The death of 3 horses has forced the cancellation of HBO's Luck. They were the glue that held the show together." Never mind. While Witstream's Kyle Kinane added, "Now, if we can get HBO to start producing Keeping Up with the Kardashians." Because they die. That's the joke. It's now time for sports. The nation is now in full March Madness mode as the NCAA basketball tournament got underway. The experiences of office pool participants around the country were summed up by our Imgur Bureau with the following pick. See, it's the Dos Equis guy. "I don't always pick Mizzou and Duke, but when I do, my bracket goes to Stay thirsty, my friends." While Twitter's Miss Mercia represented the other part of the country who have no idea what bracketology is, as she said, "March Madness, yay! I love football." You're a douche. The sports confusion continued into the world of professional basketball as a change in the Knicks coaching staff led S&M's very own John T. Haller to post, "I don't know why Mike D'Antoni stepped down from the Knicks. I heard they just signed Manning." You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, shut up. While Twitter's Drew Faucheux, he's hip, Drew Faucheux, had a more astute on the take on the resignation with his report, "Mike D'Antoni isn't the first Italian to abandon a sinking ship." Let that one sink in for a second. Is that too soon? All right, fine. On that note, that's going to do it for this week's S&M Network broadcast. Sorry, Italy. Be sure to tune in next week to Italy and the UK. We're going to have no viewers over. Yeah, it's all right, fine. Tune in next week for the best news coverage around, as well as to find out if you or the people you know are one of our reporters. And if you find hilarity in everyday social media and want to contribute to our show, please visit socialnewsmedia.net for instructions on how to do so. And do not forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Damn it. For all of us at the S&M Network, I'm Colin Cosell reminding you to watch what you say, because we are. I've seen trouble all my